Hey guys, it's Scott here and welcome to the first official video on my channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Community Shield and doing a mini preview of it. At the time of recording, we're only a few hours away from kickoff and I am excited. I was lucky enough to be one of the people that got to go to the FA Cup final a few months back and saw Leicester lift that trophy for the first time in their history. So to be able to go back to Wembley and potentially see us lift back-to-back trophies would be insane. However, the one small problem, we're up against Manchester City, the Premier League champions, who have just made the most expensive British signing and most expensive Premier League signing of all time in Jack Grealish. So let's take a quick look at how pre-season has gone for both teams before we do a proper prediction. And quickly before we do that, if you do enjoy the video, hit the thumbs up button down below, subscribe if you are new, and go and follow our main channels, our Twitch, and all other links that are in the description. So as you can see, Manchester City have played 3 pre-season games, and they've won them all. First up against Preston North End, second was against Barnsley, and the third against Blackpool. Now, the one thing about Man City is that even though they have won these games, they are going to be short of some players. So you've been seeing some different goal scorers. Samuel Edozie in the first game, Ben Knight and Nathan Ake in the second one, and Edozie again in the third game. However, the one consistent player, Riyad Mahrez, has scored in all 3 games. So he's taking some red-hot form into the Community Shield and the new Premier League season. He's definitely going to be one to watch out for today. We also got confirmation that Jack Grealish is available to play because he was registered early enough. However, it would be surprising for him to start. City are also without Edison, Gabriel Jesus, Raheem Sterling, John Stones, and Kevin De Bruyne. So we're probably going to see people like Edozie and Stefan start. So a slightly discombobulated City team. Let's get into the Leicester side of things. So as you can see, slightly different results for Leicester. I went to the first game, the Burton one. That was my first away game in about 18 months. 0-0, and then we lost on penalties, so they picked up their charity vase. We then went and lost 1-0 to Wickham, and then a very, very entertaining game in which we drew 3-3. Before the curtain raiser, which was the Villarreal friendly at home at the King Power. So throughout these games, we saw a few different things, including some of the new signings in action. Ryan Bertrand, who looks to be starting the season in that starting left-back role. Bouba Soumaré, who looks like a tank of a midfielder. And Patson Daka, who did manage to get his first goal for the club. This then led up to the Villarreal game in which we won 3-2. Absolutely cruising, 3-0 up. Until the heartbreak of Wesley Fofana getting his leg broken. Now, the opposing player that did actually manage to do this with his reckless tackle has come out and apologised, but it means that Fofana is going to be out from anywhere from 3 to 6 months. So that's a massive blow to Leicester's chances of potentially getting top 4, potentially winning this Community Shield, and more. However, the one good thing is that other than Fofana, the entire pretty much starting 11 for Leicester started the Villarreal game, and so they should be good to go in the Community Shield. So a full-strength Leicester team against a second-string Man City team that are still waiting on some of their internationals to return. I guess it's time to get into the prediction. For those of you that don't know me and are brand new to this channel, you may think that I may have bias towards my own club. And whilst I like to be optimistic about us, I don't sugarcoat things. If I think we're going to lose, I'll come out and say it. And vice versa. If I think we're going to dominate a new team in the league, for example, I'll give us a good prediction for the score. However, this is a very, very tough game. The pressure of Wembley, a full Wembley at that, coming off the back of that Fofana injury, and wanting to start the season right after the failure to get top 4 last season. Now, I do think we will see Jack Grealish at some point, but I don't think that he's going to start, and so I think Mahrez is going to be the guy that we need to stop. And if we can manage to sort of keep him in his place, which we've not really managed to do at all since he left us, then I think we'll be in a good position later today. We will have a full starting 11 other than Fofana, and so that is confidence to go into it with. However, my one worry when predicting this result is who is going to start next to Soyuncu. For example, if we move Ndidi back to centre-back like we did at the start of the previous season, and then play somebody else in midfield, maybe Soumare will start when maybe he wouldn't have before. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see the teams get revealed for that one. If that happens, then we lose a massive dominant force in Ndidi in midfield, and I feel like that will let Man City keep the ball and really, really pressure us. Whereas, if we start someone like Benkovic, even if he isn't going to be as solid at centre-back, having Ndidi in midfield is huge. And so, I do feel confident about this game because up until the Villarreal game, our preseason games looked awful. We were a shocking team. We couldn't keep the ball well. We weren't creating chances. But Villarreal, we looked solid. And so if we play anything like that, we definitely have a chance to win this game. And so I am going to be optimistic with my prediction today. I think we're going to win. And maybe it's going to jinx us, but I think we're going to win this game 3-1. Okay? I think Riyad will score again. But I have faith, especially seeing the movement and stuff of Soumare and Daka in preseason so far. They look on it already. Ryan Bertrand has already cracked 2 assists for us. And so I'm hopeful, really. I would really, really like to know your thoughts on this game. Most of you probably won't care about the Community Shield in terms of who wins, but what are your predictions? After you see the starting lineups, potentially you can even put your predictions in the comments, and I'd love to see if anybody gets it right. But I'm going to say 3-1 to Leicester. I think Daka's going to score today. I'm really, really hopeful, and we will be doing a follow-up video to this one in a day or two, where I show you some clips of our trip to Wembley and then a bit of a review afterwards before we get into the Premier League season, which starts in less than a week, which is awesome. So hopefully you do enjoy this new channel and this style of video. If you do, thumb it up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys for another one after we've won the Community Shield. Goodbye.